Hey everyone, this is Stephen James from Project Life Mastery, and I'm here right now with my good friend Will Ripley, who is the founder of Campfire Guitar Star. Will has built a successful online business on YouTube and selling online courses, teaching people how to play the guitar online. And I wanted to really introduce you guys to Will because Will is a good friend of mine. We go back over 10 years, and you've built a business around your passion. And I always like to bring to my audience different examples of people that have built successful online businesses. I share with them opportunities on Amazon and affiliate marketing and a variety of different ways that someone can build their own successful business. And I love examples like yours because you have a passion for guitar. You've wanted to be a rock star, and you started doing your own guitar lessons in Vancouver, Canada, which is where we're from. And you've turned that into a successful business and brand that provides an incredible lifestyle for yourself. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are kind of looking for the same thing. You might be watching this right now and you have your passion around anything, and you're looking for a way that you can take that and maybe profit from it and build a business. And I think you're a great example for a lot of people with that. So I just want to say thanks, man, for taking the time.
Cheers, man. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, do you mind sharing with people just how this all started for you, how you got into music and then learning about marketing and business and building your business to where it is today?
Absolutely, man. I'd love to. So, yeah, it all started with a insane passion for music and guitar. Whether that was from watching Back to the Future when Marty McFly rips a guitar solo for the school dance, or the Blues Brothers, or and just I knew that I wanted to have guitar music in my life from a very young age. So throughout that, I started learning, and I went to music college, and I graduated from music college, and I think that the position that a lot of people find themselves in with things that they love, whether it's a sport or a hobby or what have you, is, okay, how do I make money doing this? Because it'd be pretty sweet to be a guitar player and to make money from this, right? So when I was young, somebody gave me some advice of, pick something that you do for free, learn everything you can about that thing, and then you should be able to make money at it, hopefully. And so luckily, fast forward now, I'm very grateful and thankful that millions of people from all over the world have resonated with my YouTube channel and my guitar lesson delivery. And I've helped a lot of people play guitar and gotten a lot more music into the world. So
that's awesome. So I know, we used to be roommates, and I remember when you first started teaching guitar. You mind kind of going back and sharing what you're doing back then, the process you went through, then eventually how you took that transition to the online world?
Yeah, well, actually, before teaching guitar, I was working at a music store. So, and unfortunately, it's a minimum wage position. However, I did learn some salesmanship tactics, I guess you could call them. So I learned how to sell equipment. I learned retail. I learned how to interact with people. And before you knew it, I was moving, $50,000 or $60,000 worth of guitar equipment every month, but only making, $15 an hour. And it didn't quite add up. The numbers weren't quite adding up, right? So, and of course, I think that everybody goes back to the drawing board. Again, it's like, well, I have this passion. How do I make money doing it? And so for me, I saw that if I were to teach guitar, that I could literally quadruple my hourly wage. And so whether or not I became a rock star way back then, I just at least knew I would have more time in my day to work on my craft and make, as much, if not more money. And so, I just started hitting the streets, man. I was putting Craigslist post-ups. I was putting up literal, Post-its on community boards, and I told you that story about getting rollerblades on and big packing tape and just skating all around the city, putting up posters. And so it was very a guerrilla marketing style, just going for it and just trying everything. And then my brother, who of course he was helping me with SEO, search engine optimization. So I had a website built, but of course nobody was able to see it or find it, right? So he was helping me getting that up in the search engine ranking. So when somebody would search guitar lessons Vancouver, I would actually show up. So I started getting phone calls and emails. And I think that was the first step, you know? And then the second step was to get them to actually get in front of you. And each one of those tasks are tasks, they're challenges, you know, to get the phone calls and the emails coming in, and then to actually be able to deliver the service, even if it's just one time. But the thing that made me realize that maybe I had something special going on was people wanted to come back for more. They'd come in for one guitar lesson with no commitment, of course, but they wanted to come back the next week, and they wanted to sign up for my monthly and 6-week packages and things like that. And so then, you know, moving forward, before I knew it, I was teaching 5 days a week. I had a wait list of students, and really I was actually working too much, and I had made more money than I had ever had in ever before that. And you know, I remember having like $8,000 in cash in a shoe in my closet. And so, you know, that was like more money than I had ever had, you know. So, but yeah, and then it's just like, okay, I still want to be a rock star. I still haven't fulfilled that passion. So I wanted to move to Los Angeles, and you know, I joined a Billboard charting band and eventually and did some touring with them and did some rock star type of stuff. But yeah, it's just, okay, so here, now I had a business, and how do I take that business and maybe possibly work less, make more, reach more people? And in fact, you know, something that I learned from you many years ago was that your finances, that like the money that you make is directly proportionate to how many people you serve. And I don't know if you got that from somewhere else, but I remember picking it up from you. And that always resonated with me. I always thought, okay, so here I am, I'm serving 50 people a month, say, with my guitar lessons, and it's good. But what if I could reach 100 people? What if I could reach 1,000 people? What if I could reach 1 million people with my effective guitar systems? And I really believed in my guitar systems, and you know, people were coming back for more. So how do I make this bigger? So that became the question. And you know, when we were hanging out, and you had just started Project Life Mastery back then, if you can believe it. You know, I remember when you first launched your blog with 0 visitors and 0 YouTube views and all that stuff, right? Yeah. You know, and so you started encouraging me like, dude, you need to get a video course and you need to sell that. And I remember being like, nah, I don't know, things are okay now. But eventually I took your advice, and I got my brother Coulter to help me film my system. Right, so I had this effective beginner guitar system that was pretty effective, and then all I did was I created a course taking people via video through that step-by-step beginner guitar system. But what I didn't really focus on was how I was going to sell that course.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's such an important piece that, you know, a lot of people, they think like if I build it, then they will come. And, you know, there really is the combination of the two. You've got to build the audience, you've got to attract people to you, as well as maybe providing something that you could then sell. So you created the video course. What was, I guess, the next part of the process that you went through?
Yeah, so I got to tell you, I launched my course. It was amazing. And you know the story, of course. So I had a list of 100 people that I had garnered up from wherever, and so 100 people that showed a little bit of interest in guitar lessons. And so I finally got everything ready. The video course was all edited, it was all uploaded. I had my membership website set up, tested thoroughly, all my sales pages, everything was ready to go, and I launched my course to this grandiose list of 100 people on my email list. And you can probably guess, but I made 0 sales. And so I sent out more emails, tried to promote this course, and I made 0 sales. And I really had no plan and no strategy. And I think I could have very easily gotten discouraged. I don't even know what kept me on course, really. Maybe it was, you know, I guess it was really when I reached out to what a lot of people call competition, which is really just other people promoting guitar lessons online. So we got connected with this company called Guitar Control, and I said to them, hey, I got this great effective beginner guitar system, and somehow I spoke with enough passion and and dedication or whatever about this guitar course that they became interested, and they checked it out, and we ended up calling it 5-Minute Guitar because of the idea of just practicing for at least 5 minutes a day and getting a daily habit formed around it. So we called it 5-Minute Guitar, which is a pretty hot title. And they promoted the course for me through their mailing list, and we made $25,000 in sales. Wow. And that, coming from ground zero, making no money online, it really gave me a big boost to be like, hey, I think I got something going on here with my guitar course, with my guitar system, and hey, maybe even my marketing message and my voice is resonating with people too. People felt comfortable spending their money with me. And so that was definitely a lot of rocket fuel in the gas tank.
Gave you the confidence to show you what's possible.
Yeah.
And I think it maybe gave you just the missing link. Like you've got something great, and you've got a great system. There's a lot of people that are in that same position. They got a great product, but they don't know how to sell it. And I know for you, building your YouTube channel has been a big part of your business, and building that audience. And that's where I think a lot of people are missing. And I believe starting with the audience first in a lot of ways, because if you build an audience, then you can really find out who they are. People are going to come to you and ask you those questions, and you're going to have an audience of people that you can launch something to that are interested in more from you. And I know, like, once you added that element, it just really took things off for you. So do you mind kind of sharing that process of why you decided YouTube and just kind of the process you've gone through since then?
Yeah, and just for you as a listener, basically my system is YouTube, right to my email marketing list, and that's it, okay? So what I did was, I did a couple things. I came across a course by James Wedmore, who's a well-known marketer, and he had this great YouTube course talking about how to develop content, how to get people on your mailing list, but also the biggest thing was keyword research and figuring out what is it that people are searching for, what do they want to learn about the guitar, and then quite simply making a lesson about that. And with my guitar lesson background, I always made sure that when I found the topics or the titles that I wanted, like I knew that if I were to record a video on that I'd be able to knock that out of the park, right? So I really wanted to make sure that my content, was the king, like the best. And so I did the keyword research. I garnered up about 75 titles that I were to record videos for, and so I did a massive batch record. I think it took me because at that time I was so terrible on video and and then we were just talking about all the problems that can go on in film, and so I would record and I'd have to throw away footage, and if something was out of focus or this camera wasn't operating right or whatever. And so anyways, I recorded over, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, and I got 75 videos done. And just threw a whole bunch at the wall. And eventually started my YouTube channel.
Wow.
So it was with some strategy and a whole lot of sweat equity.
Yeah, and so, a lot of people that maybe start on YouTube, they go through that beginning phase of you're putting out videos, but no one's watching it, and it can be a little bit discouraging. I think a lot of people, they get discouraged. They put out 5 videos, 10 videos, and you just took approach, you know what? I'm gonna put out 75. Like that's massive action, and sure enough, I guess from that, what was that process like? Did you have some videos that did well, a lot maybe that didn't do well? Like what I guess kind of gave you that success in that process?
Yeah, so like you said, you throw out 75 videos, and there was some strategy behind them and a lot of passion and a whole lot of editing and stuff going on, and really only a handful of those took off, but God bless those 5 videos that took off, because one of which has over 2.3 million views on it right now. And another one is just about reaching 1 million and things like that. So, you know, it's been an amazing process, and just seeing those views come in completely and totally organically, and just really reaching millions of people. And so, I'm sorry, but what was the question?
Yeah, just, you know, it's just interesting you mentioned that, because, you know, it's my experience as well, that you never know which video is going to do well.
Right.
You know, you do the best you can with the strategy, but sometimes some videos that you think are going to do really well don't, and then the ones that you don't expect do. And I know from my channel, I've put out over 1,000 videos over 8 years, but you know, when I look at the reach that I have and all the subscribers, really there's maybe like out of those 1,050 videos that have really done 80% of the work in building my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people, they just expect every video to do well, and that's not the case. And it's not even that those are your best videos. Sometimes it's like the ones that you think are great or better content don't do as well, and the ones that you don't think are as well do good. And it's kind of an interesting dynamic and part of the process.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking about this video. I was really passionate about practicing with a metronome, which is so important, and all the pros do it, and it's just a sure way to really improve your guitar playing. So I put together this awesome video, and it's got 1,300 views on it. Okay, and which is great. I mean, hey, if 1,300 people see your video, like, I mean, look, and I shouldn't say that 1,300 views is bad, because if you imagine a room with 1,300 people in it, and they're all tuning into you for at least a few seconds, then hey, that's more than I could ask for. But when I compare it to my video of 2.3 million views, they're just not in the same ballpark. So, you know, is that video with 2.3 million views my best work? No. You know, but is it a title and a topic that resonated with a lot of people and still does to this day? Yes. So.
And one thing, you know, with you is that you don't have any really fancy equipment. You just record most of your videos on your phone. And, you know, a lot of people, I think they're held back. They think they need to have all the gear, you know, fancy lights and you know, expensive cameras and all that. And that's not the case. You mind kind of sharing a bit of your setup and, just kind of what you do for your videos?
Yeah, I started out using a GoPro, and I had this kind of elaborate head cam set up and things like that, and you know, doing this batch record and things like that. And I realized that that was a lot of effort, and it just took a long time to do that. So I decided that if I were to put out content, it had to be one piece of content per week, and I wanted to have the audio synced up at the same time, and I wanted to also have a simple delivery system, which was basically having my phone upload the videos automatically to the cloud, and then I could download it and edit it in iMovie. So yes, I'm using some basic light boxes that I got from Cowboy Studio, just $100, or maybe I spent $200 on the light boxes, but they've served me very well. I use a Pixel 2, and at the time of this recording, the Pixel 4 is out, you know, so I'm actually not using like a state-of-the-art camera, but it's totally a good camera. And in a nice Rode microphone, a lavalier, much like you see that's on us right now. So that's synced up right to my phone, and just trying to focus on like a half decent backdrop of guitars or amps, you know, something that's cool, and just audio, reasonable video, good lighting, and some basic edits in iMovie. So that's and I want to keep that going. I've thought a lot about, you know, getting fancy cameras, and you know, and I go down the rabbit hole of searching into that, but at the end of the day, I think I can still achieve what it is that I'm trying to achieve with the gear that I have. So awesome. Definitely would encourage anybody, you know, with the phone in your pocket to...
It's all you need these days.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Yeah. But with lighting and good audio, I would focus on lighting and good audio.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. And so you have your videos out, you got a great YouTube channel. How do you take them from your YouTube channel and your content to them finding out about your course or other things you got going on?
Mm-hmm. So content is king, right? Like, you got to put out a great piece of content that resonates with people, 100%. And sometimes at the beginning, but definitely at the end of the video, I'll encourage people to sign up for my free course. So not only did they get nurtured within that YouTube video, but I want to nurture them, support them, and help them further by giving them access to a full-fledged course that's going to help them do like kind of the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of electric guitar and acoustic guitar. So they click on a link and they put in their email address. And what's beautiful about having a strong YouTube presence is that when you go to ask for somebody's email address, those opt-in pages often will convert at a very high rate. So, and I could probably even get this higher. I haven't really tested it recently, but currently it's at a stable 40% opt-in rate, which is relatively high, you know? So 40% of the people that land on this page, they're enter in their email address, and they're gonna enter in my follow-up sequence. And like I mentioned earlier, it's just like YouTube to my email. You know, I don't do Facebook ads. I'm not very huge on Instagram or anything like that. I'm really focused on YouTube and email marketing, and yeah, I've created a pretty solid lifestyle. And
yeah,
and
that's awesome. And that's really you're kind of doing what I call value added marketing, where you're just adding a lot of value to people. You're not trying to pitch anything or really sell anything hard. You're just nurturing people, adding a lot of value, supporting them. And then you're offering even something more for free that they could benefit from if they're interested. And then just by them thinking, wow, this Will Ripley guys is great. I'm benefiting so much. I love your content, that you kind of eventually, I guess, introduce your course to them if they want something more advanced or more in depth or something that can help them a lot better. That's where they find out about your course, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about like, what is the right strategy, right? Because both of us, when we were first starting out, kind of had this philosophy of, build it and they will come, which is, the Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner movie reference, right? So, but I made 0 sales, and then I didn't make any sales for a very long time, right? So I think that probably the method is really to focus on content, focus on building up that email list, and then asking your community. And of course, I've done all this stuff just in kind of like a more scattered order, but I simply asked and got 400 responses by asking them a very simple question, which I picked up from Ryan Levesque's Ask method, and I asked them, what's your single biggest #1 challenge when it comes to playing the guitar? Just answer that one question for me. It's not a crazy survey, just a 1-question survey. What's your single biggest #1 challenge when it comes to playing guitar? And I got 400 responses. And sure enough, you'll start seeing people say the same things, and you start putting them into categories or buckets, as he calls it. And so I started really understanding my community on a way different level, understanding that they were talking about things like having sausage fingers, fat, slow fingers. And I thought like, I've never really thought that. So I started using lines like that in my marketing. And so on my sales pages and videos when I was promoting my other courses. So, and meanwhile, not even before I was even sending them to a sales page, I'm delivering more value. I'm delivering more content via email. I'm like, hey, learn how to play this song. Hey, here's this great scale that will help you with your blues solos, and providing content and interesting guitar related things, live lessons. We were doing a lot of live stream lessons tune into the live lesson tonight at 7:30. We'll be doing some Led Zeppelin songs or whatever. So just delivering content and then seeding out. Oh, and by the way, on August 29th, I'll be releasing Acoustic Guitar Star. So if you want to learn more acoustic guitar and learn how to play acoustic guitar like Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, then this course is going to be awesome. That'll be available in 10 days from now. Yeah. Next video, 9 days. Oh, and hey, here's this other great piece of content, by the way. And P.S., this is going to be available in 7 days. Hey, awesome. The launch is tomorrow. Go get Acoustic Guitar Star for this discounted special price. And that's after 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks of adding value, delivering helpful content before I even send them to a sales page. So they go to a sales page and it's speaking their language. They're like, this guy's talking about my sausage fingers. Like, how did he even know that, right? And it's like, yeah, because like honestly, I heard it 50 times in this survey I did, right? So, and so yeah, so I was able to speak people's language, and they're like, you know what, this Will Ripley guy's good. He's helped me out so much, and it's the the idea of
reciprocity. Got you covered, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, and I heard Jeff Walker originally talk about that in the product launch formula. So, so people felt confident buying from me, and so, but yeah, that was kind of the sequence I was doing. Out of 1 month, it was 3 weeks of give, or deposits into the bank account, and then 5 or so days of asking for a sale, a withdrawal from that bank account. So yeah, so try to do more deposits than withdrawals, I think, is the name of the game.
I love it. Great. Now, I know you've also been transitioning and had some success with affiliate marketing. You want to share just a bit about that process for you and how that's helped your business?
Yeah, well, hey, we're all blessed to be connected with the great Stephen James, the king of affiliate marketing. So yeah, like, look, first of all, you introduced me to Roger Love, who has a great singing program, because you've been promoting his speaking course, which is probably so helpful for your community. And so, of course, a singing course for guitar players is going to be really, really beneficial to my community. So after going through Affiliate Marketing Mastery and getting your bullet point lists and stuff like that of what to do, I've been able to launch a successful affiliate marketing campaign to my community, which is so complimentary, and I'm stoked that I can offer them, my guitar community, an awesome singing course and make money while I do it. So that in a nutshell is just so awesome, and I got to give you props for that.
No worries. And just kind of what was that, how has that kind of changed your perspective in a way? Because this is now like a new income stream. You didn't have to create a new course or anything like that. And it's something that can benefit your audience, but just how is the thinking and the mindset for you now with affiliate marketing? How has that kind of changed your business?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about another guitar player who's got a great program, and also this company, Jam Play, who I've worked alongside and produced courses for. Like, why don't I act for an affiliate for them and follow your methods, so I can just make sure to generate as many sales as possible, right? So, it's opened up a whole new thing, because I think the idea of, especially for me with where I'm at right now, the idea of creating a new course is a little overwhelming. That's a big project, man. The planning, the filming, the editing, the production, the marketing, the sales, and things like that. Like, that's a big several month type of project, And so for me to just promote something that I already believe in, or something like that I've already done, or something that you believe in, that's a good product, where the sales and marketing is already created for you, like, that just completely makes sense for me. And so you can promote, and what I want to do in the next bunch of months is promote some of these courses and services that I'm talking about. And in the background, I can still tweak things and change my own sales pages and stuff like that, and have some things going on in the background, so that when I've done, say, 2 or 3 big affiliate launches, then I can come back to my own stuff and promote that stuff again, because, hey, I haven't promoted my acoustic guitar course for 3 or 4 months now, and it's going to feel fresh to the audience and give people a second chance, or people who have never seen it before, it'll be a brand new offer for them. So yeah, it's completely changed the way that I'm approaching my business here for 2020, and I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're doing everything the right way. You've built a great community that loves the content and the value that you're giving to them, and you're really getting to know them. You're surveying them, you're finding out what their needs are, their challenges, and finding ways that you can further support them. And I think that's ultimately what we do as entrepreneurs. We solve people's problems at a profit. And for you, you've got these guitar players that love your content, and they also want to learn how to sing. And, you're not a singer, you're not maybe going to create your own singing course, but Roger Love is, and Roger Love's the best in the world at this. And he's got a great course, and you benefited from it. why not share that with your audience? And you can make money at the same time doing that as an affiliate. And what I love about it, it's like, as you said, you didn't have to like take the risk of creating something and then launching it and have it not succeed, or spend all the money, the time, everything involved in doing that. Instead, you just already have your email list and just send out an email and say, hey guys, check this out. I think it could benefit you.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I want to hear from you. Just, I know that campaign you did, just what kind of results did you get? Did you just do one email? Did you do a few emails? And what kind of success did you have with that and that affiliate promotion?
Yeah, so, I mean, yes, my company is grossing over 6 figures, but when we do a launch, I'll make a few $1,000s, and it's kind of like some sort of number around there. And when I did this affiliate launch, it actually went bigger than, and not by much, but it was right along the same line as another one of my guitar promotions, but it was an affiliate promotion, and we made at least as much money as a regular promotion that we would do. And so I made a few $1,000s by promoting that singing course, and I still have commissions coming in every month. Like just the other day, I saw this PayPal thing come in for $250, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, it's absolutely awesome, and the word that comes to mind is complimentary, right? That singing course is complimentary to my guitar students, right? So
you've been at this for a few years, and one thing I've noticed with you is you're always learning. And you're not really like, you've never been maybe like the business and marketing guy. You're more the musician, the artist, and that's your passion.
Yeah.
And you just so happen to learn the business and marketing to get your message out there and to share this with the world. So like how's that been, that process for you, just learning everything? Like, I know you go to seminars, you go through courses, like you're just always learning. Would you say attribute that as like a key thing that's helped you get your business to where it's at?
Oh, 100%. I always try to, like, I kind of have this thing right now. Every single year, I invest, say, $2,000 or $3,000 at least into my own education. So that could be like, we've gone to traffic and conversion down in San Diego, and I went to that a bunch. And I think I mentioned already about going to Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacker, and then also just getting private coaching, like one-to-one coaching and mentoring from. Whether that's like personal coaching and life coaching, or maybe that's particularly with marketing and business and things like that. So reading books, watching videos, masterminding with people. So I have a mastermind group that I've met with consistently every Thursday with entrepreneurs from around the world. So that was a really important thing. So I've been doing that for a few years now. We've got a solid community there. So yeah, it's just like, and I guess for me, it's also trying to find the joy and the interest and the passion inside of selling things. And because I think a lot of people kind of have a negative association with selling. And whereas I totally believe that selling is helping. When I sell guitar coaching or when I sell a guitar product, I totally feel okay sending out those emails and asking for the sale and really making it like a headline type of thing in my life. Like, hey, acoustic guitar star is on sale. Go get it. The expiry date is this date. I'm pulling it off. Yeah. You got to go get it. The countdown is on. I'm okay doing that kind of thing because I know that when people get my programs and my products that they're going to experience results. I love that. And if they don't, hey, you can just get your money back. I have a money back guarantee. So
no, I love that. You believe in your product. You believe in how much the joy and the pleasure of playing guitar has enhanced your life. And you want to share that. It's like the mission that you have is you want to share the pleasure and the joy of playing music.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. And I think every entrepreneur that sells anything, you got to believe in what you're doing. When you believe it, it feels like it's your obligation. Like, to get this in as many hands as possible because the benefits that people can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And being okay asking for that sale and just having a good relationship with the whole system. Yeah.
So my last question, just any advice that you'd give to someone watching that is brand new to this world of internet marketing, building an online business? What advice maybe would you give to yourself back then, or someone that's just getting started?
I would. The first thing that comes to mind is go watch Gary Vaynerchuk videos on Instagram, because I think that that's like his whole message.
Yeah.
Like every video, yeah, he'll get you fired up, and I think that his message, he'll keep. If you watch enough of his videos, especially the stuff that he's been releasing in like the last year or so for 2019, like he's constantly saying a similar message, which is be patient. Don't care about what your mom and your dad and your brother and sister think, and try to find something that you're passionate about. And it doesn't mean that you have to be passionate about, some sort of product that you're selling on Amazon, but or whatever. You just got to find some passion and interest in what it is that you're doing, because that's going to be the long game. There's no get rich quick scheme out there, and the ones that they're schemes, they're scams, and I think that if you look at Project Life Mastery or Campfire Guitar Star, two totally different things, but we started it out with our passions and really tried to give the best content that we knew how on the expertise that we had garnered up, and to share that with the world with a lot of passion, and yeah, so those are some things that come to mind.
Yeah.
And I guess just like seeding out a consistent piece of content, and again, not caring about what people think, and just knowing that, yes, you're gonna suck when you start. Nobody's gonna watch your videos. Even if it's the best piece of content you've released to date, you still may not reach hardly anybody. But as I was mentioning earlier, I was kind of like, bummed out about this video with 1,300 views because I've had a video with 2.3 million views. But each one of those views, if you get 11 views on a video, then that's still 11 people that tuned in, even if just for a few seconds, but those are view counts, those are people, those are things that you gotta kind of recognize and not compare yourself with other people. Yeah. So yeah, just be thankful for the people that are watching, and keep on the path of something that's of passion and interest for you.
I love that. Yeah, the mindset is so key, and you have the passion for guitar, and that's what's kept you going. And for me, we're doing the same thing, but for me, it's self-development. I love self-development and talking about and sharing it. I love business and marketing and these things, and just I feel it's we both feel it's our mission to share that with the world. Mm-hmm. And for you, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's guitar, self-development, cooking, gardening, animals, pets. Whatever it is, I mean, the crazy thing about the internet, it's like, no matter what your interest or passion is, there's thousands or millions of people that have that same interest or passion, and they're searching for it online. Yeah. There's all these pockets of niches and communities that exist. Yeah. And you've tapped into one, and it's not that there's there's already other people that are doing this. There's many other people talking about guitar and self-development,
yes,
and business and marketing, but
100%.
There's only one of you. Right? Yeah. There's only one Will Ripley. There's only one Stephen James, and people are going to connect with you, and they're going to connect with your style, your personality, your story, and maybe some might not. They might connect to the next person, but there's more than enough room and opportunity for everybody to share a piece of that. You know what I mean? It's not like a limited supply or a scarcity around it. I think every niche, every market, there's room for more people to enter into it that people are craving to learn from or connect with around that similar passion.
Yeah, and I want to point out that I was late to the game. Right. First of all, I was late to the game because there was people producing really popular guitar lessons years before I started in the space, okay? So not only was it an oversaturated market, but we're talking about guitar and music, something that's not particularly valued very highly. I mean, certainly there's people out there that, like me, that are just mental about guitar, and I have $20,000 invested in musical equipment, and I'm just obsessed with it, right? It's my favorite thing. Of course, there's people like me. And the second thing is that guitar is an undervalued thing. People don't necessarily, they don't feel comfortable spending $1,000 or $2,000 on training for it. Like that's unheard of in this niche, right? So yeah, I mean, I came late to the game in an oversaturated market in a topic that doesn't have a high dollar associated with it, but I was still able to cut through, okay? And I was still able to get a piece of that pie and help people and provide a solid living for me and my family. You know, I got 2 little babies at home and created a lifestyle for myself. So,
and I just my last question is how has having an online business changed your life?
Oh man, it's just absolutely the best thing. You know, as mentioned, you know, it's not like I came from a rich family or anything like that. You know, I was working minimum wage jobs, and that was kind of like, that's how I started out, and that was kind of my path. And so the idea of being able to work from a laptop, work from a cell phone, and record videos, you know, I recorded a YouTube video the other day down in Santa Monica, you know, so I'm traveling right now. So I'm from Canada, but here we are in LA. And so, yeah, the travel and the ability to work from anywhere, and the idea of being able to work as much or as really as little as you want. Of course, you know, the more you work, the better, but you know, but I do have that choice, and I can trim it back and really take a vacation. Here we are, the second week of January. It's not holiday time, but you know, I've been having some fun here in Los Angeles, and I went to a fun event last week, which cost $2,500 to go to, but I have the funds to be able to do something like that and invest in myself. It was a guitar event. So yeah, so the lifestyle, I just wouldn't trade it in for anything. It's just been absolutely incredible. So, you know, once you finally crack the code, whatever that code is for you, you know, you'll be glad that you put in the years of effort and you're patient and you know you followed that path. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for being an inspiration. I think a lot of people watching this will be inspired by your story just because you're so relatable. You know, it just shows that anybody, no matter what your passion is, there's opportunity for it. And yes, there's learning, there's the process that you have to go through for it. But on the other side of it, it's a lifestyle and you know, abundance that you can create that can really change your life forever. So thank you, man. Really appreciate you taking the time for this.
Dude, my pleasure. Had a ton of fun talking about it, and I got to acknowledge you because look, when I first started my whole thing, I would just go to projectlifemastery.com and like send my web designers to it. I'm like, yeah, I want like something like this. So yeah, you know, you were a year or two ahead of me in that whole realm. So, you know, so you've always been a source of inspiration for me and for the people out there. So
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
dude.
that. Well, if you guys want to learn more about Will Ripley, I'll provide a link to his website, his YouTube channel, all of that. If you're interested in guitar, this is the guy to go to. He's got great content, a great course out there as well. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that as well. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys enjoyed this, give this a thumbs up here on YouTube. You can subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you again in the next video. Take care.
Cheers, guys.